Vietnam has had recent historical events that has affected the economy of Vietnam, such as the Vietnam War, which led to the economy go down. It is also in Eastern Asia and was affected by the Asian financial crisis of 1997. It is mainly exporting different machinery and agriculture, focusing on computers, circuits, leather footwear, and textile footwear. And its main industries are agriculture, forestry, and fishing. And it mainly produces things consisting of the natural resources Vietnam has, and it produces them to countries like the US, China, and Japan, and gets other goods from similar Asian countries like China, South Korea, and Japan.
Our question is about Vietnam's economy. The economy grows very well after coming out of the Vietnam War, mainly being a socialist-based economy, and going through the Asian financial crisis. The Vietnam War killed many people, both outsiders and the people of Vietnam. The war was between the North and South reaches of Vietnam. The North was supported by communist powers like China and Russia. The South, however, was supported by anti-communist countries like the USA and Australia. The split of the country into two harmed the economy, and the economy is considered to be a mix of socialist and free market, but is more socialist overall. For a mostly socialist-based economy, for it to come out of a war still developing, it is having a great boost in economic growth, which is very unexpected. As well as coming out of the Asian financial crisis in 1997, the economy is still growing well. So our question is, why is Vietnam's economy growing so well?
The answer is quite simple. They have been more free with their businesses doing their job and will let companies do more without the government interfering. Investors have been putting in more money with the businesses having more efficiency because of the rise in thing. The economy has been consistently rising 5% to 8% every year with the investments. They have been reconstructing the economy by improving the productivity of business and cutting down on ineffective SOEs or state-owned enterprises, and continue through on the plan and focus on those efficiencies through the next couple of years. SOEs, they have been focusing on the efficiencies of the valuable natural resources used in cell phones and circuitries and textiles exported to the United States, $38.1 billion, and China, $19.2 billion in American money. With the better efficiencies of both resources and the SOEs and resources, the economy has been growing. With the Asian financial crisis, the economy was affected next to not at all because it was still developing during that time. So basically, it was unaffected by the crisis. The only real issue is the decrease in GDP, slowing down the 8.5% to 6.3%, then 5.3%. But now it has risen back up to its normal 7% and is expected to go back up to 8% in more recent times.
Gotta make you understand. I'm gonna give you all.
The answer was mostly satisfactory with what was found. It was easier to locate the initial answer, but with Vietnam being a socialist economy, it is harder to keep track of what their economy is doing and how they did everything. It is harder to check with what the COEs did and what was exactly changed to grow better efficiencies within the economy. Not a lot of data was recorded during the Asian financial crisis, so there was not a lot of quantitative data to use as evidence. As well as being a developing country, a lot of data was recorded after both events, not before, which is very important to the question about its economy now after the Asian crisis and Vietnam War effects on it and the growth rate of the economy.
Things that I say and things that I